Well, at least he had the common decency to turn the tap off before murdering her. God forbid he adds water waste to his list of crimes. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in, and I hope you all had an amazing Christmas break. Today we're diving into 1993's Under Investigation, a dark and twisted thriller starring Harry Hamlin and Joanna Pacula. With an art-obsessed serial killer on the loose and barely a suspect in sight, this film is sure to keep you guessing at every turn. But here is the real challenge. Can you solve the mystery before the characters do? So, stick around, test your detective skills, and let's crack this case wide open.
I'm going to put in for a transfer. For Paris to a Hong Kong flight.
Whatever you want.
I will stay in the hotel until my flight out tomorrow.
I can't deal with this. Are you sure that's what you want?
I really care about you, kitten. But I want a future. With children. A family. You cannot keep living like this.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just that... I don't know, I guess I just need a little more time to work things out, that's all.
I know. And I've tried to help. But every time I get close, you push me away. So long, kitten.
Hey, easy. I guess Emerson got out again.
Come here, baby. I'm sorry, Emerson. Have fun with your snake. I hope it keeps you warm at night. Bye, Emerson.
Madeline.
You know where to reach me.
Hey, pal. Looks like we blew it again, huh? Think we'd get it right by now. You have a good day down here.
You're late. The captain wants to see you right away. It sounded kind of urgent. I told him you were over at the lab.
Oklahoma, USC. These are mine. I just got them in the mail. Ordered them over a month ago. You know, I never missed a home game when I lived in Oklahoma.
So you told me.
Hey, you get me down for 100 on the Sooners?
Well, the game's not for 3 weeks. Besides, I didn't know you liked to bet.
I don't really. This one's kind of special.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, man.
For God's sakes, Grace, would you give the kid a break? If he wants to move out, you let him. He's 34 years old. Come on, now look what's happening to him. Look, I'll talk to you tonight, all right? Nothing's gonna happen between now and then anyway. Yeah, okay, bye. Should have been a farmer like my old man. She begged me, don't move away. Now I'm paying for it. My son, he suddenly breaks out with a mysterious rash. He scratches in places that makes my dog nervous. My daughter, she's got an eternal case of the cramps, and now my wife wants her 92-year-old uncle to move in with us. Fucking guy can't even get out of bed. He just lies there and farts all day.
How come you always keep it so dark in here?
No! I like it dark. It keeps me apart from the rest of you slobs.
Okay.
All right. We got a murder here. Pretty bizarre. Body was discovered about an hour ago. Channing's there.
Channing? Oh, no. Couldn't you have found somebody else?
Look, he's a good cop. He graduated at the top of his class.
That's just it. He's perfect. I can't work with a guy like that.
Well, maybe some of it'll rub off on you. Look, I'm not in a mood, Keaton.
All right.
And change your clothes, will you? You look like a mechanic.
Detective Keaton?
Okay, fine.
What happened?
Laundry out again?
Who is she?
Monica Simpson.
She live here?
Nah, the place belongs to Adrien Strong. The artist? He's pretty big in underground circles, paints mainly religious stuff. My wife was an art major.
Where is he now?
Nobody knows.
Neighbor lady discovered the body when she came over to complain about the dog.
She's downstairs now.
Whoa, whoa, don't touch those knots. Here, cut her loose. Need those for evidence, see if they're all tied the same.
God, you detectives are so smart.
Find out if she was raped. I wonder if there are any drugs involved.
I already told the coroner.
I want to see that neighbor lady now.
Yeah, set it up.
Make sure you dust this record for prints.
Hey, do I look like a rookie?
I've never discovered a body before. Nothing like in the movies. I'm an actress, you know. Well, stand-in, actually. You don't suppose they'll send a TV crew, do you?
No, ma'am.
Excuse me, I'm Detective Keaton. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Of course.
I take it you're the one who discovered the body?
Yes, I came over to talk to Mr. Strong about his dog. All that barking kept me up half the night. When I got here, the door was wide open, so naturally I came in.
Did you know her?
I'm not sure. After a while, they all look alike. He should have installed a revolving door. I think he finds them in his art class.
And you wouldn't happen to know where Mr. Strong is now?
No telling. Sometimes I don't see him for days. Big drinker. Loves the opera, too. Plays it when he paints. Like last night. All that noise drove me crazy. But not as bad as that damn dog.
You said something about an art class?
Yeah, he teaches 2, maybe 3 nights a week.
Where?
I'm not sure. Some institute.
Modern Design Institute?
Yeah, that's it.
Corner of 4th and Walnut.
Right, wife, art major.
You don't suppose I'll get my name in the paper, do you? 'Cause I don't mind, you know.
We try to keep these things as confidential as possible. You understand.
Of course.
Would you excuse us for a second? Get a statement and let her go. Dust the place, get a sample of the paint. I'll put an APB on Strong.
Why can't you do it?
I'm going to art class. Excuse me. I'm looking for Adrien Strong.
You and everybody else around here.
You know where I can find him?
He's probably sleeping it off somewhere.
When was the last time you saw Strong?
Is he in some kind of trouble?
You mind if I look around a little bit?
Suit yourself. Just don't touch anything.
You know Monica Simpson?
She's a student in this class.
Not anymore. She's dead.
Is that why you're looking for Adrien?
Maybe.
Can't say I feel sorry for her. She was obsessed with him. I think it was the only reason she took his class.
Were they lovers?
Adrien never sees anyone for very long.
Didn't answer my question.
If Monica had her way, I'm sure they were.
Didn't sound to me like you were very good friends.
I told you not to touch anything. Don't you have anything else to do? Give out parking tickets, maybe?
Now, I'm gonna have to get your name in case I have to ask any more questions.
Abby. Abby Jane.
Detective Keaton. Here's my card. You know, they say that an artist's true self is reflected in his work. You believe that?
Depends whether the artist is in touch with his feelings.
Call me if you see Strong.
Here you go, boys.
Excuse me, I ordered a plain hamburger.
Says here 3 specials.
Yes, but see, I didn't realize that they come with chili.
Oh, they don't.
Eaton's a regular. Colin does it as a favor.
Everything's fine.
Bon appetit.
I'm allergic to chili.
Best damn burgers in the city.
What the hell is that shaking?
So, what about the coroner's report?
It came in this morning. There's no rape or drugs, but get this. Monica Simpson was 3 months pregnant.
I'll lay odds her father's Strong.
Hey, that reminds me. I got some. This is the only picture of Strong I could find. He doesn't like to be photographed.
Well, looks like our boy has a police report.
Been arrested twice. Both times for assault during a domestic squabble. 3 marriages, 2 divorces.
Real family man.
First one died in a plane crash. Second one lives in England.
What about the third one? What he's married to now?
Right there. Abigail Jane Strong.
Son of a bitch.
Do you know her?
Sort of.
According to the file, she works at a research aquarium in the marina.
Where you going?
I gotta check something out.
All right, I'm coming too.
No, you're not. I'll meet you at the station.
Why are you always giving out orders? I mean, who put you in charge?
I did.
I hate it when he does that.
You gonna eat your chili? Sorry.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Abigail Strong.
Do you have an appointment?
LAPD. I just need to ask her a few questions.
It's about that murdering husband of hers, isn't it? I knew it. I always had a feeling about him. Just goes to show you can't trust anyone.
Is Mrs. Strong here?
I think she's working in the lab. I can show you the way if you'd like.
That's all right, I'll find it myself.
It's through the double doors and down the corridor.
In naked beauty more adorned, more lovely than Pandora. Forgive me, Dr. Parsons. Every now and then I can't resist a good quote.
Keaton, LAPD. I take it you were referring to the Marine life.
Oh, yes, of course. Our receptionist says that you're here to speak to Abby.
Well, news travels fast around here.
Abby is the best marine biologist I've ever worked with. Been here about 3 years. Shame she has so much turmoil in her personal life.
You know her husband?
Met him once. Christmas party. Strange guy. Kind of prank. Abby, there's someone here to see you.
Outside.
She'll meet you in the courtyard. That's just around the corner and through the doors. Detective, we're all kind of family here, and this thing with Abby's husband has affected us all. If there's anything that I can do.
Thanks.
I see it didn't take you long to find me.
You didn't tell me you were married to Strong.
You didn't ask. Besides, we've been separated for 6 months.
Well, then why are you taking one of his classes?
That's different. He may have been a lousy husband, but he's a brilliant painter.
Did you know Monica Simpson was pregnant? 3 months, according to the coroner. You wouldn't happen to know who the father might be.
My God.
What?
Adrien thinks he's the devil.
Excuse me?
He hears voices that tell him things. Sometimes he would lock himself in a studio for weeks. That's why he has so many crucifixes. He thinks they protect him.
You're serious?
That's why he never wanted children. He's afraid of how they might turn out.
So you're telling me that Adrien killed Monica in order to prevent the baby from being born?
You're the detective. You figure it out.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm still gonna need your help trying to find him.
I'm sorry, but he's not my problem anymore.
Well, either way, you're still his wife, and the chances are he's gonna try and contact you.
Excuse me, Abby. Coast Guard's on the phone, and they want to know what time to be here to airlift the Dolphins.
Just a second. Look, Detective.
Call me Keaton.
Detective. I've told you everything I know. Now, if you excuse me, I really need to take this call.
If you change your mind, you know where to reach me.
You okay?
Don't you think it's kind of a stupid question?
Don't you think you were hard on him? He's only doing his job.
I have to go.
Hey, Mel, we're going gourmet tonight. Chinese food, your favorite.
me. I'm in Paris. I just wanted to see if you were okay. If you want to call me back, I'll be at my sister's. Au revoir. I don't know why, but I still love you, Keaton.
I'd like to make a person-to-person call, please, to Paris, France. Mm-hmm. Yeah, excuse me, you know what? Cancel that.
Well, then you talk to Strong's wife.
Strong thinks he's the devil or some crap like that. She thinks the Simpson girl was murdered to keep the baby from being born. I don't know, maybe he thought I was gonna come out with hooves or something. Jesus. Bingo. He also hears voices that tell him things. That's why he's got all that religious junk around.
Hey, does she know where he is?
They're separated. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Well, it isn't Mr. Crime Lab. I was beginning to think you were away on vacation.
Cute. You know, there were only 60 murders alone this last weekend.
Well, business is booming. That means you must be a very happy man.
Yeah, right. Anyway, Strong's prints were found all around the room, which makes sense since he lived there. But the only prints that were found in any of the paint stains belonged to the Simpson girl.
Meaning he was either really careful or he was wearing gloves.
Very good, detective.
Hey, my wife paints and she wears gloves.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
Only that a lot of people wear gloves when they paint. Look, it's my job to point out anything that might be deemed admissible in a court of law. It'll only help to strengthen our case.
Now he thinks he's Perry Mason.
I hate to interrupt family tiff, but there is one more point. Now, the knots that bound the dead girl's body were all tied with a half hitch in each place. It's a simple knot, and it's real common. Sailors use it all the time.
What, does that mean something to you?
Maybe. Keaton.
Sir. That's my cue. So long, ladies.
No, not at all. Yeah. The Seaside Cafe, 4 o'clock, in the marina? Hold on. Yeah, I can make it. Sure.
I take it she changed her mind about helping.
Yeah, we're meeting in half an hour. Great! We does not include you, hotshot.
For your information, we're supposed to be doing this together.
Yeah, well, our suspect is the woman's husband. She's not obligated to tell us anything. Besides, something just isn't right. I mean, one minute she doesn't want to talk to me at all, the next minute she wants to have me out for a drink. I don't know. If there are two of us, she might just back down, and that's a risk I don't think we can afford to take.
Got an answer for everything.
Usually. I'll call you when I find anything out. Oh, and there is one thing you can do to help me out.
Okay.
I need to borrow your tie.
Let me take that for you.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you could make it.
Can I get you something?
I'll have a beer. Coors Light, please.
I hope you don't mind. I've been craving oysters all day.
Not at all. No, not for me. I never could get used to those little suckers there. Too slippery.
My father used to work the docks. He brought oysters home all the time. Sometimes that's all we would eat for days.
Well, I think I'd rather starve.
We nearly did.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I think Adrien's been following me.
How do you know?
Last night, he was in a car down the street from my house.
What kind of car?
Green. I think it was a Buick.
You didn't happen to get the license plate, did you?
No.
Well, at least it's a start. You know, you don't seem to be very bothered by all this.
Like I said, it's your problem now.
Yeah, well, obviously he's been following you, and that puts you at risk. I want someone to be with you around the clock.
Someone like you?
Would that be a problem?
You're divorced, aren't you?
Is it so obvious?
Any kids?
Yeah, one. Danny. He died 4 years ago. Leukemia.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, the marriage couldn't last. She stayed in Tulsa, and I moved out here.
Fresh start?
Something like that.
Girlfriend?
No. Not anymore, anyway. What made you change your mind about helping?
9 months ago, he made me have an abortion.
So this is your way of getting back at him?
I don't get back at people, Detective.
Sorry. My mistake.
Can we take a walk?
Sure. You mind if I ask you a personal question?
Would it matter if I said no?
What's a woman like you doing with a lunatic like Strong?
We've met in an art show in San Francisco. Everyone was in black tie except for him. He wore an old ratty sweatshirt and sneakers that almost didn't let him in. He got roaring drunk, stumbling around, criticizing all the work on display. Everyone was appalled. Funny thing, most people didn't realize that he was talking about his own stuff.
You found that attractive?
It was more than that. He's not afraid what people think about him. He was not afraid of taking a chance. How about you, Detective? You don't seem like the conventional brown rubber type.
I've made a career out of taking chances.
I like that in a man. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
You mind if I kiss you?
My place is just on the beach.
wait. Tie me up. Like that.
You surprise me, Detective. Don't you think it's pretty bold for a first date?
Who said this was a date?
Sure you trust me? There's somebody out there.
Let me get these off. Get the other one. Come on. Get a knife. Knife! Stay here now. Stay.
It was him. He was here.
It's okay. It's gone now.
He's crazy. He wants to kill me.
Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. I promise.
I'm afraid. Stay with me tonight.
Well, it's about time. Where the hell have you been?
Well, good morning to you, too. I've been up all night with Abby.
Abby? Wait, since when are you two on a first-name basis?
Since I let her tie me up.
It's my tie!
I wanted to see what kind of knots she tied, you know, in case they matched up with the ones we found on the Simpson girl's body. But it didn't work out. See, those are granny knots.
I thought that we were after Strong.
We are. I was just covering all the bases, that's all. He's been following her. He was outside of her window last night.
Well, why didn't you call me?
Doesn't matter, he got away. The bottom line is he's still out there somewhere and we don't have much to go on.
Well, maybe not. This record was found on the phonograph near Monica Simpson's body.
Yeah, I remember.
It's Caruso. Very rare. Here, listen.
Mon Dieu, les ramène au séjour vers toi, au séjour vers toi, les ramène.
Well?
Well, what? It's in Italian.
I know. It's about a married man and his mistress. The married man refuses to tell his wife. The mistress threatens to expose the affair. He's left with no other choice than to kill her.
You understood all that?
And my father's half Italian. And music appreciation's a hobby of mine.
Don't you have any normal hobbies like baseball or hunting small animals or something like that?
My mother was afraid I would get hurt. Here, check the back of the record, okay? Collector's Camelot. Now, I used to buy rare recordings there all the time when I was in college.
What, so you think that Strong bought this to play during the murder?
We already know he has a flair for the dramatic. It's a possibility.
All right, let's check it out.
Can we put the top up? I think I'm getting a rash.
No.
Come on, I'm dying here. I mean, it's the least you could do after you ruined my tie.
You shouldn't have let me use it.
How can you drive this thing? My back is killing me.
My heart bleeds for you. So, are you sure this is it?
Yeah, it's right across the street from my old pharmacy.
Figures. Like don't stock in your pharmacy.
Yeah, very funny.
Now what the hell are you doing?
My eyes are kind of itchy. Hey!
You should be in school.
There it is.
Kids, probably selling crack.
You are gonna love this place.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Is this Collector's Camelot?
Yes, how can I help you?
We'd like to ask you a few questions. Have you seen this man recently?
I have many customers. It's hard to say.
Well, he would have been looking for rare opera records.
Caruso. It's an Italian recording.
Caruso. Never heard of him.
What about, Milo Kane? Does he still own the place?
You must be thinking of the old man that sold me the business a few years ago. I changed the store, but keep the name. That way I don't have to repaint. How about some Bob Marley?
Okay, so I should have called.
Oh, shit. You know, of all the people on the force, I get stuck with a bilingual art critic who dresses for the cover of GQ.
Hey, what's the matter with that? You know, you pay a little more attention to your parents, it wouldn't hurt you a bit. I mean, look at you. You're a slob. You don't eat right, and half the time it looks like you've been up all night.
Yeah, well, in this case, I have been up all night.
I don't know what the hell you're getting so emotional
You know what
about.
I don't like about you, Channing? You're a goddamn hypochondriac. Every time I turn around, you're medicating some other orifice of your body, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your throat. Well, I'm sick of it. You are perfectly healthy, Channing, and that's a lot more than a lot of people can say.
Okay, look, I know that your kid died of some disease.
Hey, my kid has a name. His name is Danny. My boy's name is Danny. You understand me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, wait a minute. Wait, how am I supposed to get back?
Thought I was gonna leave you, didn't you? Get in.
Not funny.
Sette sacré, ouvron nos bras.
And that's quite an entrance. You left the back door open, so I let myself in. I hope you don't mind.
How'd you find out where I lived?
Give me a break, detective. I'm not completely helpless. Besides, I thought you could use a home-cooked meal. That's the least I can do after keeping you up all night.
Yeah, well, I don't like it.
I can see this wasn't such a good idea.
Why this? Opera.
I don't know. That was the only romantic music I could find.
Abby, wait a minute. Wait, listen. Yeah, I'm sorry I snapped at you. It's just that... I don't know, it's been a long day. And... Hey. Please stay.
I just wanted to be close to you.
Tell me I'm doing the right thing, Emerson.
Is that your son?
Yeah. We were on our way to a football game.
He looks happy.
He was the bravest little man I ever knew. Oklahoma was his favorite team. He wanted to go to college there.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up.
That's okay. They're coming to town in a couple of weeks to play USC. I bought him a ticket. I keep the seat empty.
That's nice.
That's just something I do for him. Maybe I do it for me. I couldn't stop thinking about you today. I saw your face everywhere.
I've missed you too. Why'd you get upset about the music?
It's our only lead in the killing. Strong was playing Caruso while Monica was murdered.
Yes, he collects opera. He used to buy them from an old man. I think his name was Milo Kane.
Collector's Camelot in Hollywood. We already checked that out. The place is a reggae shop now.
No. He bought them at the man's house in Echo Park. His private collection. I've been there once.
What is it? I don't want nothing.
Milo Kane?
Who wants to know?
Detective Keaton. I talked to you on the phone about the Caruso recordings?
Are you sure that's not fake? There's a lot of that going around, you know. People like to take advantage of an old man.
I assure you, it's the real thing.
What the hell? If I'm gonna get mugged, I might as well know who did it.
Thank you. You know this man? Apparently he used to do business with you, bought some old opera recordings, maybe Caruso.
Mr. Strong. Now, there's a man with taste. A serious collector of classics. Sometimes I trade him for a painting. I figure, what the hell? It's a good investment.
Well, have you seen him recently?
As a matter of fact, I spoke to him on the phone just yesterday. He wanted to sell some of his collection. He said he needed money. To tell you the truth, he didn't sound very good.
Did he say where he was calling from?
No. But he left his number. I have it here somewhere. Come on in. Yes, here it is.
Can I use your phone?
Oh, sure. If I can find it. Oh.
Thank you.
Pacific Inn Motel.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. You've been very helpful.
Yeah. Can I help you?
This man staying here? Maybe you'd like to take a closer look at it. Is he staying here?
Sorry.
Silly asshole. Tell me where his room is. Right now.
Put the gun up and I'll get you the key, room 201 upstairs. Okay? You're not.
Thank you for your cooperation. Jesus Christ.
I want to know why I wasn't informed. I'm your partner, and I think I had a right to know.
Channing, you're not my partner. We were assigned to the same case,
Come
that's all.
on, Keaton. I have been putting up with your shit since we started this thing. I don't think it's too much to ask for a little bit of respect.
Look, you'll get my respect when you've earned it.
Oh, so how do I do that? By sleeping with the wife of a murder suspect?
Keaton, Channing, I want to see you in my office now.
Now you've done it.
You just let me do the talking, all right?
Why the hell weren't you with Keaton this afternoon?
Detective Keaton failed to notify me that he'd uncovered a lead as to the whereabouts of Strong. Naturally, if I'd have known...
Jesus Christ.
All right, shut up. The fact is, you failed to follow departmental procedure, Keaton. You didn't call for a backup, and you didn't have a partner with you. What if Strong would have been alive and started shooting? What would you have done then?
I had the element of surprise on my side, sir.
Well, that's not how we do things around here, and you know it. Just once, and I could get through a day without a problem. All these years, you think I get a break just once. Now, I know I'm going to regret this. But what's this I hear about you and Strong's wife?
It's nothing, sir.
Am I talking to you?
I've been keeping her in protective custody, sir. Well, under the circumstances, I felt it would be safer that way.
Protective custody, my ass. You wouldn't even keep your own mother under protective custody. And on whose authority did you decide to do this?
Well, nobody, sir. I just thought that if...
You're thinking with the wrong part of your anatomy, Keaton.
It doesn't matter anyway. The case is closed, right? That is, unless my esteemed partner sees it differently.
You know what your problem is, Keaton? You're not a team player. You don't listen.
That's enough. Both of you. Now, I want a complete report on my desk before you leave tonight. And you get over to the coroner's office and see what he has to say about the body.
Right away.
And Keaton, stay away from the wife. I mean it.
Yeah, well, you're the boss. Thanks a lot. Whose side are you on, anyway?
That's a fine thing for you to say. You know, you never tell me anything.
Message from Mrs. Strong. She said to call her right away. It's important.
But you got something to do?
You're pathetic, you know that?
Hi, it's me. Yeah, it's true. It was suicide all the way. Look, I'm sorry I would have called you sooner, but things have been kind of crazy here, and... You okay? Tonight? I don't know. I got a lot of paperwork to do. Yeah, okay. I'll meet you later. I should be through around 9 o'clock. Okay.
I need you.
I'll get it. Channing, what are you doing here?
They need you downtown.
What for? Look, I get 1 day off a week. You could have...
Who is it?
This is Detective Channing. I work with him.
Hi. She needs to come too. McGuire wants her in for questioning.
Why? She's not...
It's okay. Just give me a few minutes to get dressed.
Look, if this is about me and her...
No. There's been a new development. If you'll just go with Keys, Mrs. Strong, Keaton and I...
Now,
will...
wait a minute. No one is going anywhere until I find out what's going on here.
It's okay. I want to help.
Follow me, please.
Come on. The captain will explain.
Call you. I want to know what the hell's going on here.
Sit down, Keaton. I said sit down! You spent the night with Strong's wife, didn't you? Don't look at him. He wasn't there. Are you in love with her?
Now, what the hell kind of question is that?
You forget I know your MO, pal. A pretty girl with a foreign accent? It sounds familiar to me.
All right, McGuire, you're out of line.
Hey, take it easy, take it easy. Now that Strong is dead, she stands to inherit his estate. It's to the tune of about $10 million.
Did she ever say anything about the money?
No. Never.
Strong didn't commit suicide, Keaton. Channing saw the coroner last night, and I just got off the phone with him.
In the case of a handgun suicide, the bullet generally enters, making a relatively small hole, and exits, leaving a large one. In this particular case, the entrance point was much larger than usual, meaning that the gun had to have been fired from a distance greater than arm's length.
And there were no powder burns.
Meaning somebody shot Strong and then tried to make it look like a suicide.
Exactly. And it gets better. Did Mrs. Strong ever say anything about her previous marriage? I didn't think so. Keys did some checking. Turns out her first husband was killed in a boating accident off Catalina. And she collected $250 grand in insurance.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, you just said it was an accident, right? A boating accident? Okay, so even if it wasn't, that doesn't mean she killed Strong.
All right, genius. If it wasn't her, who was it? You, Keaton? Did you and Strong's wife make some sort of deal? God knows you could have used the money.
I've been a police officer for 12 years, McGuire. I think you owe me a little more than that.
I hope so, Keaton. For both our sakes. Because I did a little checking myself. If Strong was caught alive and thrown in prison, his estate could have been held in probate indefinitely.
So?
So, she wouldn't have been able to get to the money. She had the motive.
Look, I know this woman. She's a marine biologist. She saves dolphins and whales, for crying out loud. She recycles cans. She's not the type.
I think you've become too personally involved.
And I think you've got the wrong person.
McGuire. Right. I'll be right down. Come on. There's something I want you to see.
What's he doing here?
The son of a bitch that tried to kill me.
Just take it easy. Nobody's gonna do anything. Just sit down.
Sit. Stay close. Everybody stand straight. Very good, ladies. This won't take very long.
Hold him right there.
Okay. Do you remember seeing any one of these women at the motel? Take your time.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of people.
Have him turn around.
Okay, ladies, full circle.
Her. I think it's her, second one from the right.
You listen here, pal. Think isn't good enough. We gotta know for sure.
I've had just about enough of your shit, man. I said it was her, okay?
Okay, let him go.
That's it, ladies. Everybody out.
When? When did you see her?
Before I saw you.
You see her go into the room? I said, did you see her go into Strong's room?
Take it easy. Don't remember, man. There's a lot of people waiting. I was busy.
Well, now, if you were so busy, how did you know it was her that you saw?
Maybe a night in a can will refresh your memory.
What do you guys want from me, huh? All I can tell you is that I think that I saw her.
All right. Detective Channing will have you sign some papers. Then you can go.
I want to talk to her.
I'm sorry, Keaton, you're out. I already put Channing in charge.
What? Wait a minute, you can't do that, McGuire.
It's too late. You're in too deep this time.
The lab just faxed us over. They found a partial thumbprint on the gun.
Let me see that.
It's not up to identify yet.
Well, whoever it was, they were wearing gloves.
That's what the lab said. A hole in the thumb of a glove.
Thin gloves. The edges are well defined.
Surgical gloves?
Maybe. Something like that.
So what happens now?
The ID wasn't positive. You're gonna have to let her go.
Okay. I'm banking on our friendship, Keaton. Talk to her. See what you can find out. But remember, this isn't your case. And whatever you learn is to be communicated to Channing. You understand?
You're the boss.
Let me see that.
Thank God. I thought all they wanted me to do is answer some questions about Adrien. They put me in the lineup with these other women.
Why didn't you tell me you went to see Strong?
I don't understand.
Guy from the motel. Clerk. He identified you. He picked you out of the lineup. Strong was murdered, Abby. Somebody tried to make it look like a suicide.
I can't believe this is happening.
You know, right now, I trust you about as far as I can spit. My ass is on the line here. I need some answers now.
Okay. Okay. I went to see him.
Why?
He called me, crying. He was having trouble making sense. He said he hadn't killed anyone, that someone set him up.
Of course you believed him, huh?
For that moment, that very instant, he was so sincere.
Okay. So, you got to the motel, and then what happened?
I knocked, but there was no answer. So I opened the door. That's when I saw him. There was blood everywhere. His eyes were looking right at me.
He was already dead. You see anybody else?
No.
You should have told me, Abby.
I was afraid. I didn't want anyone to know I'd been there.
Right, especially after the accidental death of your first husband, huh?
I was going to tell you about that, but...
When? When were you going to tell me about that, Abby?
I was afraid you wouldn't understand.
Well, I understand $250,000 in accident insurance.
I don't care about the money. I've lost everyone I've ever cared about in my life, Keaton. I was afraid of losing you. I love you. You've got to believe me.
Well, right now, all they can do is link you to the scene of the crime. But unfortunately, it's going to be your word against theirs. All your problems will be over soon. Then there'll be nothing left but the two of us. Who's JP?
Dr. Parsons. Jerry. We had an affair. He wouldn't leave me alone. Every time I turned around, he was asking me out. It finally got to the point that I thought I was going to lose my job.
So you slept with him instead?
I was vulnerable. I just had left Adrien. I didn't know when I was going to live or anything. After a week of the motel room sneaking around his wife, I knew it was wrong. And I put a stop to it, but he wouldn't accept it. He said he was going to divorce his wife and marry me. Adrien was the only thing that stood in his way. I told him no 1,000 times. But he won't leave me alone.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I thought I could handle it. Besides, I didn't think it was important until now.
You know, I gotta be honest with you. I'm having a real hard time with all this.
It's the truth.
I'll have someone drive you home. Don't tell anybody about this, okay?
Keaton, thanks for believing me.
Who said I believed you?
Hey, what'd she say?
You're driving.
What? Wait a minute. Okay, even if this Dr. Parsons did write the note, still doesn't prove that he murdered Strong.
Yeah, but if Abby is telling the truth, then at least he had a motive, which is a start.
She could have written the note herself. I hate to say it, Keaton, but you're grasping at straws. I mean, chances are she's guilty. I don't know why you don't just accept it.
Because I can't.
Jesus Christ. You're in love with her. I'll say one thing for you, Keaton. When you dive in, the water sure is deep. Wait. You stay here.
What for?
I'm in charge now, and we're gonna do this by the book. You're not even supposed to be here.
Come on, Channing, don't start giving me that crap now.
If McGuire finds out, it's my ass. Now, you want my help or not?
All right.
Yes? Yeah, send him in. Come in.
Dr. Parsons?
Yes?
Detective Channing. Sorry to have to bother you.
It's all right. Where's the other fellow?
Detective Keaton's been reassigned. I'm in charge of the investigation now.
Huh? What can I do for you?
Well, Mrs. Strong was brought in today for questioning about the death of her husband.
I read where it was a suicide.
Well, that's what we thought at first, but new information leads us to believe that he was murdered. Somebody tried to make it look like a suicide.
Who would do a thing like that?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. This is a little awkward, but I need to ask you something personal.
All right. Go ahead.
Did you and Mrs. Strong have an affair?
Abby and me? Absolutely not.
She claims that you pressured her into a brief affair and then she broke it off.
Detective Channing. I have a wife, I have 2 kids, and I am very happy.
Did you ever tell Mrs. Strong that you were going to divorce your wife so that you would marry her?
Never.
And you've had no sexual relationship with her whatsoever?
Absolutely none. And you can ask anyone who works here.
I'm sure that that won't be necessary. There's just one more thing. Miss Strong claims that you wrote this to her.
Well, there must be some mistake here. You see, this refers to a pet project of ours. Recently, we've had to put it on hold for obvious reasons. I merely meant that eventually things would get back to normal and we would get back to the work that we love.
You got any idea why Miss Strong would make all this up?
No, I don't. Frankly, it doesn't sound like her.
Well, I'm sorry to have to bother you, Doctor. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Detective. Note.
Thanks. I'll get it.
See what you made me do.
Anybody here? Channing! By the book. You're Detective Keaton of the Harbor Division. Got an officer down at the Marine Aquarium. Need an ambulance here right away. Yeah, Keaton.
I don't know why. I don't know why you had to spoil everything, Abby. I did it for you. Now, you leave me no choice. It's not painful, really. Undeserved for a while, and then she just stopped breathing.
Thanks for picking me up. You know, you really didn't have to.
I was beginning to think they were holding you hostage in there. Nobody stays in the hospital 2 weeks with a broken nose.
Are you kidding me? If my insurance hadn't run out, I'd still be here. Great food, constant attention. Hey, see you later.
Bye, Jenny.
You know, you should try it. When I was a kid, I used to hang out in the emergency room of the hospital in my neighborhood.
You should have been a doctor then.
And miss out on being a patient.
That figures.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Ooh, forgot you had a convertible.
It's all right, there's no smog alert today. I already checked.
Looks pretty bad to me.
Get in the car.
Oh, what's this?
No, it's the least I can do.
Did Abby help you pick this out?
No. I picked it out myself. Took me all day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's nice. What are we doing here?
Abby's packing up Strong's house. I won't be a second.
Hey, can't you take me home first?
Anybody home?
In the kitchen.
Hey.
You're right in time. I've got a lot of lifting for you to do.
Oh, well, lifting happens to be my second favorite thing to do.
Later, detective. There's work to be done.
I got Channing in the car. Break out in highs if I leave him in the sun too long.
Dinner tonight?
Absolutely.
Your place or mine?
Your place. I feel like taking a swim.
Good. I'm almost finished. I'll meet you there in a couple of hours.
Hey. I love you.
I know. There are some suitcases and some boxes by the front door. They need to be put in my car.
Yes, ma'am. What the hell did you put in here anyway?
A few sculptures I'm keeping. Nothing much.
Well, I'd like to see your idea of something. Need any help? You'd only hurt yourself.
You look like you've just seen a ghost.
There's a hole in the thumb. We found a partial thumbprint on the gun that killed Strong. It was obscured by a glove. A tight-fitting rubber glove.
I don't understand.
You killed Strong, didn't you?
Don't be ridiculous.
You and Parsons were in it together. You convinced him to kill Monica so you could frame Strong. Then you killed Strong so you could pin it on Parsons.
That's not true.
You're a real piece of work, Abby. You know what blows my mind? Is you played it right to the edge. I mean, you gambled with your life. If I hadn't gotten there in time, Parsons would have killed you.
Stop it, Keaton. You're scaring me.
You used me, just like Parsons. Well, you had to get Monica out of the way because she was carrying Strong's child. A child that stood between you and your money.
The money's ours now. I love you, Keaton. Oh, nothing has to change.
You don't love me. You don't have any idea what it means to love someone.
Don't say that.
How long before you dumped me, Abby? How long before I became expendable in your little game?
Don't come any closer. I'll shoot.
Go ahead.
Don't make me do this.
Come on, Abby. Pull the trigger.
Jesus.
Call an ambulance.
It hurts.
I'm sorry, Keaton. She was gonna shoot. Detective Channing of Harbor Division. There's been an officer involved shooting at 1344 Rivercrest Drive. Suspect is dead. Yes, request assistance as soon as possible.
Cover up, will you? She looks cold. I'll take a little time off. Maybe go to Paris. I got a friend there.
Yeah, my wife and I went there last summer, and food's great. I gained 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
I got an empty seat at the football game on Sunday. If you're interested.
Yeah, why not? You don't know what the weather's gonna be like on Sunday, do you? I'm kidding.
Okay, so that concludes Under Investigation, and I've got to say, this one was a bit of a mixed bag. To its credit, it was a stylish crime thriller that knew how to set the mood right from the beginning. The visuals and atmospheric settings were absolutely the film's strongest points. The cast also deserves some recognition. You don't see much of Harry Hamlin anymore, which is a real shame because he did a good job playing his detective character with a mix of grit and weariness, even though his performance occasionally fell flat during the more intense moments. Joanna Pacula, however, stole the show as Abby, with just the right balance of seductive charm and sinister undertones. She kept me guessing the whole time, and her eventual reveal as one of the killers was a chilling moment. Now, the real meat of the story lies in its dual killer twist. On one hand, we have the painter killer, this disturbed individual who turns his victims into a macabre art display just to heighten the creep factor. On the other hand, we have Abby, whose motivations are more personal and calculated. Her killings aren't about obsession, they're about survival and ambition, which created this interesting psychological contrast in the film. But the film failed where more polished serial killer thrillers like Seven succeeded. The pacing was sluggish in parts, and some of the dialogue felt cliched and uninspired. There's also a sense that the film bites off more than it can chew, with so many twists and layers that not all of them landed as they should have. The false ending, while clever, was somewhat frustrating because it caught me off guard while I was still trying to process everything that had just unfolded. So, what's my final verdict? Well, I thought Under Investigation was an interesting relic of the early 90s film noir trend that was unfortunately let down by its uneven execution. So, I'm giving it 2.5 stars. Anyway, what did you guys think? Were you surprised by the dual killer revelation, or did you see it coming? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and this is Holy Critic signing out.